I feel like I don't have any time, and Mr. Hisam is not playing with me today. Time to like debrief, get myself together. Hisam was like, "Where are you?" Hi. Hysam's like, "Let's go." Actually, let's talk about this. Derek F., are you gay? I don't know. Unfortunately, I guess I am. I'm great. How are you guys? Okay. So, in case you guys don't know, I did invite Hisam. Look at this. Thank you so much. Do you like my shirt? Thank you. Okay. Thank you. So, I'm not on CP time. I get off at 7, and I said, Hyson, we can do the show at 7. I thought he would at least give me 5 minutes. Hyson was not giving me even 5 minutes. He was like, "Where you at?" Hyson, give me a second. Like, can I breathe? I'm also gonna get my light together. Can I get my light together? Like, do we like this? Do we like that? Is that a little bit too much? Also, I don't have like my right lighting on. We late. Shut the fuck up, Hazel. We ain't late. This is our first live show. It's gonna take a minute. I'm usually way more late than this. You late. I'm here. You late. I am here. Let me make sure. Next. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the compliment. I'm just trying to make sure I have my lighting right. I don't have the colors I want behind me. I'm gonna kill Hazel. I'm gonna kill Hazel. He didn't give me 5 minutes. He didn't even give me 5 minutes. And I invited him. He's supposed to be here. He's late. Where is he at? Invite. Now, I want you guys to. You didn't give me 5 minutes.
Girl, what are you doing? Are you operating like you're going to some circuit party? You're going to show up fashionably late?
This is, listen, no, hold on. Hold the fuck on. Listen, this is our first show together. I'm supposed to be a little bit late.
No! Okay? No, the people expect us to be on time.
We're gay. We're never on time.
No, except for cases when we have a show.
What? No, it does not work that way. Listen, it does not. Hisam. It does not work that way. I get off at 7. I needed 5 minutes to brush my teeth. I needed to sign off. I don't have the correct lighting right now.
Girl, these
are all plain in the back. I usually
want to be entertained. They're not expecting you to be 5 minutes late.
Well, listen.
All these people are like, what's going on? Like, is it the right date, the right time? Like, what's happening?
I don't think people are thinking that. If people listen, at least they can come here and get a free show instead of going to TikTok giving everybody gifts to entertain them. Okay,
ooh, so girl,
they're here. Get a free show.
The BB25 cast? Are you not? You are one shady bitch.
I'm not being shady.
Started yet.
I'm not even being shady. I'm just speaking facts of exactly what I don't know. Like what I'm just saying. Everyone can come here and get a free show and don't have to pay us.
They don't have to pay us anything.
Yes.
Right? Because this is about building community. This is about being part of a community. Yeah. So like, we're not charging you for this. This is just about us, like kicking. Because I love Derek.
I love you more. What's going on with your lighting?
You know, I moved into my house again. Did you know that? Like, I was out of my house for quite some time. And I finally actually got to move back, so I don't have, like, anything set up. Like, it's a nightmare.
But you rushed me, and you have this dull lighting. Where's your light on your face? What? You have to look up?
Okay, it's even worse.
Lord.
Oh, goodness. I'm not one of those gays. I'm just not good at lighting yet.
Hisam, you've done reality TV now, okay? You should have a ring light. Do you not have a ring light?
No, girl, I don't have a ring light. I don't have a ring. I don't have a ring light. Like, nothing.
So you want to do this show looking...
Okay, I'll get a ring light. I will invest in a ring light.
So I was late. Let me just make this clear for the audience. I was late.
You were.
And you don't have lighting. So this is our first episode. Let's make sure we noted that we both ain't doing shit right.
Well, at least I was on time.
Baby, we could barely see. I'm looking at you like, what?
Is that
okay?
Because I look so dark? My Arab skin is just blending into the background?
Yeah. You definitely are looking pretty dull and dark. Like, I'm over here, like, brighten your ass up. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll try to move to another place with better lighting, maybe.
Let's pray and hope. So, of course, let's tell everybody, me and Hisam have been talking since he has left the house of Big Brother, okay? And me and Hisam have always, like, I don't know what it is. We still have not met in person.
No.
But there's something about, like, when we talk, it is, like, great conversation. Hisam is also, in case you guys did not know, he is also a gay man. Oh my God. So shocker here. He is also a gay man. And with me being another gay man, and we come from two different lifestyles, we thought it would be smart for us to come together and do a little show together where we talk about real life stuff, but we also can have fun. We would love to interact with some of the fans, bring up, you know, their thoughts on the topic or whatever topic they want to bring to the show. Okay, this is our first go run, and we want to see how it goes.
Yeah, we're trying things out, and we're hoping that people will join us from the audience who may have questions or want to join the conversation. Like, the way I sort of think about this is like, you know, when you're hanging out with your gay friends and you're kikiing, you're having a good time.
I'm not gay though.
Girl, tell that to all the boys on Archer.
Jesus.
I mean, like, let's not go there. You may be a heterosexual man that engages in a lot of homosexual acts.
Not reading me down. Actually, I'm bisexual. I've decided, because with the men in this world, I'd rather be bi. Open up my...
Yeah, I think there's a lot of truth to that. Why limit yourself, right? At this point in time. Yeah. And some of us bi women come with bi men, so that might be helpful.
That is true. But I want to say, with you being a professional doctor and having your PDH, is it PhD? Is that what you got?
I have an MD, girl.
Okay, whatever. An MD.
You just give me random letters. You're just like choosing letters. Having your MSQ.
Whatever it is, we just know that you're a doctor. We just know that you have your license. And with me having, how can I say, with me being just the ultimate bad bitch, with both of our thought processes coming together, we can really change the world for the better and help people with our thought processes. Because who would not want advice from the both of us? And we can help and see whose life we can change.
That's right.
Because you have changed my life, Hisam. In case you didn't know, you have changed my life.
What? How?
Just you being you. Let me tell you something. Even though people don't know the conversations that we have, we're going to try our best to keep it as real as possible. Okay?
We're going to keep it real.
All right. So,
right. Like, the thing that you know from our seasons is that we kept it real.
That is true.
At the consequence of me going out early, at the consequence of you not winning, girl.
You're such an asshole. But yes, I do agree with that. With us not winning the game of Big Brother, it's definitely helped us look at life a little differently, you know, because sometimes when you win things, you can be a little bit clouded, and we're not really clouded type of mind. So with that being said, Hisam, what do you want? Like, what do you expect out of this?
Well, what I'm hoping is that we build a community of people who like to come and hang out with us, and that it sort of feels like we are like two friends in their living room. right? That's kind of what I'm hoping will happen, and that people will ask questions and join the community, and there will be regulars, and that people feel like, I think in a world where like everything is kind of fake or AI, and like you just want some realness in your life, like just some honesty, right?
Yeah.
Like, how often now that we like censor ourselves from trying to not hurt each other's feelings. And I think the problem with that is that like we are diluting actually helping our friends reach their true
Yeah.
potential, right? And so, what I tell my friends is like, we are going to be friends through thick and thin. And that means we're going to have some hard conversations, which means you're going to say things to me that I don't like, and I'm going to say things to you that you don't like. But that
Absolutely not. Hold the
makes us
fuck up.
better. Huh?
Hold the fuck up. Absolutely not. You ain't gonna say nothing to me.
No, I sure am. I am going to say all sorts of things to you, and I already have, girl.
Okay, so to start off, of course, because I want people to understand, just so they know, and I know it's gonna be hard for this, we are not gonna be talking about like Big Brother. Okay.
Our Ranger
Um,
game. There are lots of people already doing it,
right. That's what I already
including
have.
someone in this chat.
Fuck you. Fuck you. So in case you want Big Brother recap, you go watch the Royal That is a whole nother thing. Here, I'm here to show you guys what it's like Hisam said, two gay men having conversation, having a good time. Of course, there's going to be shade being thrown. We don't have a name for the show yet, so we're taking suggestions for any names for the show. We're going to try to do this weekly every week. We don't know what days yet. We haven't picked a day. Right now, we're testing out Tuesday. I was 5 minutes late, so that might not work for Hisam.
You
So
were
we're going to...
Actually, it wasn't 5, for clarification.
What was it?
It was like 8 minutes. You were 8 minutes late. I mean, all of these minutes matter. Look at all these people. They have lives. They have things they need to do too.
Of course.
Right?
And
I'm expecting you to be there on time, girl.
And I listen, so yes, this is going to be more, somebody said BB or Kiki. This is going to be more of a Kiki type of thing where we are going to have a great time. We're going to talk.
Our show, BB or Kiki, is what they're giving as a suggestion.
Oh, as a suggestion, I forgot. That's right. Okay. So we're going to come up. Don't look at me like that. We're going to try to come up.
Punctuality, because Derek, that was good. Yes, but one of the things is that we also want to talk about topics that are related to gay individuals, and there was an interesting thing that happened in the news recently. So let's dive into that, because
I love to talk about that.
Yeah.
So is it Pope John Francis? Is that his name?
He's a pope, right? Like, let's just say the Pope.
Okay, the Pope. So the Pope decided that now this is the time for us to, in the Catholic Church, if I'm correct, and Hisam, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that this is the time that we're now going to say same sex is now allowed in the church. Like, we are allowed to marry the same sex people.
Oh, no, wait. This was the caveat. It said they are allowed to bless same-sex couples, but
so they can't even marry them.
No, but anything related to marriage is still strictly between a man and a woman. Oh. And so that's what the whole controversy has been, right? It's like they are saying, like, now the Pope is saying, like, yes, you can now say to same-sex couples, we are blessing you. But anything that's related to marriage is still between a man and a woman, and you're not allowed to wear robes that look like that. You're not allowed to wear things that suggest that you're getting married, but now you can be blessed.
Okay. Well, I don't.
Well, how do you feel about that?
I don't need to be blessed. Like, I need to be able to be married where I want to get married at. And if I'm a certain religion, if I was Catholic, I would love to be able to get married in a Catholic church with a Catholic priest. So that blessing shit can go the fuck away. We don't need no fucking blessings like that. I don't need you to go, thank you. No, motherfucker, I want to get married. Like, what the fuck? I don't understand.
But do you think that this is a huge move for the church?
Compared to
same-sex couples, instead of, like, it used to be internal damnation, right? That's what it used to be, right?
Yeah.
Now it is blessing.
Compared to what we have, where we have been in the past, and now where we are, it is a first step in the right direction. But you know, me, I'm just saying, me being the sassy gay I am, bitch, I don't need your fucking blessings. Like, I want to be able to get married, not just anointing me and telling me, have a good day. You could do that. That's nothing.
That's
But
not enough for you?
that's not enough for me. Is that enough for you? Do you think the blessing is okay?
Here's what I'll say, is that I think the argument is that it's a good first step, and it's more than the church has ever done before.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the question that I want to ask is, why now? Like, why are they doing this? Right? Like, when everything has been like the gays are hateful, the gays are like kids, the gays basically are nasty, the gays are all going to hell, it's completely sin to be gay, like all of that rhetoric that has happened, and now they make this move saying that same-sex couples can now be blessed?
Here's my thought. I think the reason, see, my lighting's all the fuck up. Hisam, I'm gonna get you. I don't have my lighting right, my angle right. You are.
You look fine. You look.
No, I had an
sexy.
angle, and now I'm losing my angle.
About how hot you are. Now back to the subject. Why do you think they did it?
Okay, so I think the reason why they did it right now is just because of the fact that I feel like something must be happening in the church, where something is going to come out about something, or someone being, you know, a little bit.
Like the whole priest thing with kids.
Oh wait, hold on. Now hold on. Listen, I think times has changed, and I think because of how times has changed, I think there's somebody who either in the church is going to come out, someone big, or some article is going to come out.
Do you think it has anything to do with the fact that, like, over time people have become less and less religious, and in like 2021, there were more people who were not religious than were religious, and that's the first time it ever happened. In 2021.
Well, let me ask
do you think
let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. What's your religion?
I'm Muslim.
Okay.
They hate gays. They hate gays, right? They don't like them. And that was one of my biggest struggles. And one of the things, it's really interesting because, like, Julie reached out to me to be on her show. And I said to her, I was like, do you know that I'm Muslim? And she was like, yeah, we have all sorts of people on the show.
Yeah.
But the reason I was surprised by that is I thought the show was just a very specific genre of show, right?
No, not at all. And let me just stop and say this. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the question box. We will get to them in the next 10 minutes, I promise. We're going to try to come up with a time schedule, but we will get to the questions, I promise. Back to Julie. I will say this. You know, I'm Baptist. And I mean, the show is for everyone. I will say, you know, Julie's God 101 is for everybody and is not there to judge you on your religion, your background, or anything. So hopefully you do get a chance to do it, because people would love to hear about your religion.
So it surprised me. And the question she asked everyone is like, what is your relationship with God? Or like, did you have a relationship with God? It's a question of that nature. And I was like, I don't know one gay person who doesn't have to deal with religion and decide their relationship to it. There's not a gay person on this planet that doesn't have to figure out how religion plays into their sexuality.
True.
Right? Like, and so I was like, yes, like, and it was really funny because it's like when I was working with patients, I like asked this very old Black woman, I was like, did you work? And she's like, what Black person do you know that doesn't have a job? And I was like,
that is true. That is a saying that we say.
Right. And then I was like, but what gay person do you not know who hasn't thought about God or had to deal with the question about God? Right. It is like something that happens all the time for us. And you have to develop your own personal relationship with God if you're going to basically do the thing of like trying to incorporate it into your life.
I agree with that statement. And I want to kind of tie it back in. I think that the situation we have dealt with, the religion, the Bible, how the Bible was written, the things that have happened, but you know, we skip time periods of things that there were same sex and things happening back in the day when God was alive and, Jesus was alive and all those things that just got banished over the years at some time period that it wasn't allowed. But there was a time period that those things, even when the earth was first made, those things happened. But I think the reason why the church is doing this now, I do have to agree with what you were saying, Hisam, is that we religion's not really high like how it used to be. Like it used to be more on a pedestal. Now that things are changing with, people are changing, which is obviously we support people. People are changing their sex, based on how they feel and how they were born. And, rules are changing and lifestyles are changing. Now the religion that people are in the back, like, for example, let's say, in the back are not really thinking about it. Like the Pope and them, like nobody's thinking about all that stuff in the Vatican and all that shit anymore because of times have changed. So of course you better get with the program and start educating yourself and seeing these people. Or maybe guess what? Maybe somebody close to the religion and the Pope, maybe somebody like touched their soul and got to them. Maybe somebody sick in their family members will end up being gay or something like that. And now they're kind of like, I'm going to pray for them. And this is someone who I care. Things like that can happen. It only takes one person that you know and love to change your whole thought frame if they're on the verge of maybe being sick or dying or something like that. So that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah,
I think you're right. That change happens because you have a personal connection.
Yes.
Right?
So
and it causes you to think about things differently.
Yeah.
Right? I totally agree with that.
I do think it's a personal connection. Now, does anyone have any questions? Please throw them in the chat. Now, if you have any questions,
I'm going to ask
we're here.
You, Derek. Right? Waiting for questions to happen in the chat. Do you think that any of this is financially motivated by the church since that giving has gone down?
Over
the 5 years? Do you think any of this has to do with that?
Hisam, you're really going there.
Yeah, because here's the deal. Like, religion is such an important topic for gay individuals because you have to develop an understanding with it.
Yes.
Because our society is based upon these moral identities of like who we think are good and bad people based upon things like religion. And if you think about like just women's rights to choose what to do with their body, that is a religious issue, not a medical issue. And it should stay a medical issue in my opinion. Right. But it has become a religious issue. And that's not to say like whatever you believe, you believe. I don't care about that. However, like as a doctor who basically works with patients and then sees sort of the situations they end up in, that like have the ability to tell them, what to do. But religion has gotten in between the doctor and their patient. And that has everything to do with politics, everything to do with religion. So that's why I asked. And so the truth of the matter is that you cannot disconnect the fact that the church makes I think it was like $1.35 billion like every year in charity. It's not just like a subtle like thing because like we still donate money to church organizations more than we donate to any other organizations, categories of organizations.
Yes.
So you can't neglect the fact that this is a real consideration.
I do agree with that. Let me ask you this question. It might be problematic.
We love problematic.
I can't believe I'm going to ask this. Because I saw it in the chat.
Ooh.
Do we think I can't believe I'm saying this, Lord. Lord, please. Do we think that the Pope could be gay?
I think that there's some people, like, how there's some people who are asexual, right?
Okay.
Sexual. I think to be the Pope, you have to be asexual, right? Like, yeah. I mean, like, you
don't think that, listen.
You are giving a lot of temptation, right? Like, maybe this is one of those times where being asexual would be very helpful.
Listen, you telling me you wouldn't. Listen, everyone gets turned on by something. You telling me that nothing turns on the Pope? He ain't up in there like
God turns on the Pope. That's the whole plan, right?
Well,
He's like, God,
I think that's a little bit. I mean, just
he's
a
like,
little.
God is my thing. He's like, God is my, turns me on. God is the thing, right?
Right.
Maybe not the Cardinals, right? Maybe the Cardinals are a little bit different. Right?
I'm just saying. Listen, I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, because the thing about it is what I realized is that, I think with the situation that we're in, I think something's going to come out afterwards to explain why this is happening now. But here's the thing: you have to understand, like, I mean, the only thing we're doing is getting a blessing, babe. Like, I can literally tell you, God bless you. Hisam, God bless you.
Yeah.
Like, we're not really getting anything else out of it. That's all we're getting is that. So now, as us being the gay community that we are, I think it really comes down to where's this going, if that makes sense. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I would love to hear, I would just love, because when I watched videos on it today, because I did a little bit of research on it, I was just trying to figure out the purpose. You get what I mean? Because we've been fine. Everything's been chilling. There's still churches out there. I don't know about Catholic Church, but I know, like, there's plenty of people there's some churches, like, I know they're Christian and Baptist and, that will still marry same-sex people. So I don't know what it's like for the Catholic Church. I don't know if they can do that. Do you know?
No, I know that they're still not allowed to marry gay couples, right? And gay couples not get married in Catholic churches. Okay. I do know that, correct me if I'm wrong, figure that all out. But my understanding is they don't. This is a huge step in the direction of basically saying, like, we are providing blessings, and I think extending an olive branch to potentially people who have maybe fallen out of love with sort of like how religion can hurt people. And so from my standpoint, like, I think there's a reason why they're doing it. And I think the reason they're doing it is because, like, people have become less interested in the church. And I think that there's a financial component to that, which is people are not spending as much. And I think that this is
they trying to get our money.
Yeah, and I will just say, like, you can never forget that religion also has a political bent to it, right? Like, religion also has the things that it wants and it needs, right? And so you have to look no further than our country and sort of like how the religious right exists in sort of our conservative base, and sort of their expectations of what they want, right? And so, from my standpoint, I was like, I think there's more to this story, and I just think it's interesting after all of the harm and hurt that they have caused, that we are going to give blessings, but I also want an apology, right? We're wrong, right?
Babe, I'm gonna tell you this, and I want us to obviously, take some questions, talk to some, a couple fans, and let's see if we get some people up here and hear their thoughts. But do it. I do want to say this. Babe, you're not getting that apology, so you could definitely wipe your ass.
Like, I wanted an apology from people off my season. I never got it.
Because you didn't demand it. I fucking demand for my apology. I demand for my fucking apology. There's a difference.
Apologies have to be given to you.
No, if you don't get them, you better snatch them.
You can't demand someone to love you.
I don't have to demand anyone to love me. That's what I have my right and left hand for. I don't need anyone to
Archer.
And let me just say this. I think that this is a step. I do want to say this. It is a step in the right direction, but it is weird that it's out of nowhere. And it's kind of like, I guess, like one of those things where it's kind of like, babe, like, you can't beat them, fucking join them. Let's go, girls. Like, I guess that's what the fuck it is at this point, because you can't get rid of us. We're taking over. Not saying we're taking over everything, but like, school systems are changing. How we pronounce things, how we talk, pronouns, like, things are changing, and the Gen Z society with the social media, how much they control everything, has changed everything. Everything is so accepting and so fluid now that things are like, people that are from like past, you know, back in the day, where back in my time, this is how it was, and we never could do this shit. They're all fucking dying at this point. So now you're dealing with this generation,
or are in Congress,
or or in Congress getting their back blown out. You know, like that's. And maybe that's another reason why this came out, because remember, somebody just got their back blown out in the damn, I don't even know what it was. I forgot all of it. I saw the video because I had to look it up because I had to see what everybody was talking about. And this man, what sidebar? Hold on. This man, I don't know the full story, so somebody give me the full story, great. But this man was in, where was he? In the damn Congress house?
You're gonna have to elaborate. So much crazy shit happens in Congress. Okay. You're gonna have to keep going.
Hey, I don't know, but somebody got their back blown out, videotaped all in some type of Congress house, White House, I don't know, somewhere in one of those. Here we go. Somebody said he taped it in the Congress, but I don't know if it was a house, a building, whatever. But he was all up in there. The Senate hearing rooms, babe. Thanks. Got his back blown out in the Senate room. Hisam, I'm talking about like he is the only one in this room with somebody behind him. It is empty, and he is videotaping him getting his back blown out. And we're not talking about some cute little like, we talking about like
the deal.
Yeah, like, you know, stuff that you like.
Oh yeah.
You know, that
was it hot?
I don't know. I had to send it to you. I saw it on Twitter.
What'd you think? Was it enough to basically be like, I need to put this in a bank somewhere?
No, it was not enough to be put in a spank bank anywhere. It was like, I was confused because it was buffering. I didn't know if it was from back in the day.
Buffering.
I don't know. It was not making sense, but he was, and I was like, oh, okay. So maybe that's why. Maybe because of that video coming out, it's like Congress. And keep in mind, a lot of people that say that Congress people are gay. They do a lot of gay stuff.
What?
Okay, all right. Let's look at some of these questions.
Okay. Reset the room, though. Remind everyone sort of like who we are, what we're doing.
Yes. Okay, so guys, once again, my name is Hisam. I was on BB25, and I was the comp beast, and you know, they just couldn't take me because I was just so real, and they were all fake. And I'm here with my co-host, Big D below. And we're here just to talk about just basically, we're taking you guys just in our living room kind of, and give you guys a free show, something you don't have to pay for on TikTok for entertainment. And we are just having a little bit of fun, and you know, we're gonna go live with some of you random fans. Please keep in mind to be respectful. Please don't do nothing that is gonna get me fucking banned. Have clothes on. Okay. Well, you know, some people might try to get up in here and go, "Ooh, Hisam." Like, you know, like, you never know. Huh? Well, this is the risk that we take. You understand? You know, I used to have a show like this with the Big Blue Couch, and I got some interesting people, which I loved, and then also people were just fucking weird, and I'm like, just come up here and have a normal conversation.
There's a little bit of quirkiness to them, and I think that sometimes we forget that we need to embrace our quirkiness.
I do embrace that quirkiness until you decide you try to show me your dick on the fucking live.
Oh,
okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You got to be really bold. You got to be really proud of your dick in order to do that, though.
Also, yes, and
right,
we'll take
you have to be
questions.
really proud of it, because, like, you know, someone's gonna screenshot that. You know, someone's gonna be like, "You won't believe what happened." Your dick is gonna be everywhere, and people are gonna comment on whether or not it's good or not.
to tie
right?
that into the
I
church.
mean, people were commenting on, like, you know, the way that I sleep. They're going to comment on your dick.
Hisam, you, not to make this about Big Brother related, but you definitely sleep. You sleep like a cat, like a crazy cat. You're crazy, which is okay. That's why I love you so much. You're crazy, and I embrace and see your craziness because I'm the same, and I get it.
Yeah, I don't like. Here's what I'll say. I have maybe a little bit of a peculiar way of
I
sleeping.
love that word, peculiar.
Yeah. Okay, but we should invite someone up.
Okay, so let's see what we got here. Well, let's first answer some questions real
Answer
quick before we invite some people up so people can
and then we
start
should wrap
requesting.
up the show because people got shit to do for the holiday.
No, of course. Listen, we're here for as long as everybody wants us here. Okay.
Girl, we are not here for that long.
How long are we doing this show?
What are you talking about?
We doing an hour?
You got shit to do. I got shit to do. We got shit to do.
Okay. We're here till about 8:15, I guess, since that's the time
right.
since we do an hour show. Got it. Okay. Here we go.
I mean, like, who wants to listen to us for more than an hour? Like, an hour is about, like, the limit, right? Like,
okay. Listen. Okay. People want to know. I'm just gonna ask. I'm trying to pick one of these questions.
Tell me.
Here's one of the questions. Can you see it?
Okay, Hisam, what do you think about Arabs that are saying they won't vote for Biden because of his support for? I think it's stupid.
Oh, damn! You okay?
No,
You read the whole thing.
Here's why. There are bigger issues. There are lots of issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
And no one has a good policy on Israel. To be clear, there has not been an American president who has had a good policy on Israel. Period. Right? And that's because there is a lot of financial political interest in that country.
Do you
and
think
this might get people to hate me, but the truth of the matter is that, like, I'm voting for whoever is not. If Trump becomes the nominee, I am not voting for Trump. I do not want a dictator running the country. I don't want to basically, like, be at the whim of someone who is, like, an egomaniacal, narcissistic, unresponsible individual. Like, he has, like, literally been indicted. There is no way, like, I'm voting for that person. So, like, you are choosing politics these days, unfortunately, for me, has been like choosing the lesser of the evils, right? Like,
yeah, of course.
The people who are more likely. But I think that to abstain from voting, to basically say that you're not going to vote for, like, a Biden because of his stance on Israel, I was like, show me one president who had a good stance on Israel if you're Arab, right? Like, I don't think that people will find one, right? And so, like, maybe Carter, maybe, but he was ineffective as a president. So, like, you know, from my standpoint, like, I think and I want to be really clear about this, I think what is happening in the Middle East is a travesty on both, right? On both sides. Any loss of life that is unnecessary is really shameful. Yeah. And so from my standpoint, like, I think that, like, the whole world is noticing. And my hope is that we can find our humanity. Right? Yeah,
I do agree. It's really sad to see what, you know, is going on in another country, and it's just sometimes we need to do more, because no matter what, we're all still one world, you know.
Yeah.
And it's sad to see what's happening, and I don't even know where to even start. You know, all we could do is make acknowledgement and try to give as much as we can, you know, whatever that is, that people can offer. But it's just, it's fucking insane. Like, you know, we should be, like, we should not be in a world where we're killing each other and fighting in wars and stuff like that. We already have to fight against normal life.
Yeah.
We already have to fight against health and other things. Like, we should not be fighting each other, but it's really sad to see that. And I think that's a beautiful answer.
Right. And I
want to especially
Biden did actually start to pressure Israel and say, you have to slow down.
Yeah.
And this is one of the first times, like, and I will also say the initial statement that happened, the Secretary of State, was not in favor of Israel's retaliation.
Okay.
And then they got so much political pressure, they reversed their standpoint and took it off their Twitter. Then what ends up happening is, like, as the genocide has continued, and to be clear, any mass murder of civilians is a genocide. What happened in the Holocaust is a genocide. What's happening in Gaza is a genocide, right? And we use the word to describe what is actually happening, regardless of the political or religious standpoint. What is happening is that, right? And so from my standpoint, it's like, okay, like, come up with a fucking solution. The whole world needs a fucking solution to this. Like,
do you think that you would be the solution?
oh man, what do you mean by that?
Do you think that you could be president of the United States?
Yeah, I mean, like, look who we have to choose from. Yeah, I could be president.
Hisam, I love you, man. But
I mean, come on.
Man,
like, I would choose
you barely got through 3 weeks in Big Brother, man.
Huh?
You barely got through 3 weeks in Big Brother. I don't know if you can run the country.
But here, I would be honest with you, and here's what I say is I fucking fix healthcare, right? Like, the only thing I would care about is fixing healthcare. That's it.
I'm kind of jealous that Canada gets free health. I'm kind of jealous that Canada gets free, healthcare. It's like,
you don't have to be jealous. It's in our political will to do it. We just don't have it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's fuck. This is America, as they would say. Okay, let me see if there's one more question, and then I want to see if there's anything else. Someone said this, which I think is a great question on our topic that we talked about earlier, because our topic earlier was just about how the Pope has announced that we could be that blessings can come to our community, to the LGBTQ plus community. So I just want to know, okay, what's your thoughts on this? Do you want to hear my thoughts?
Your thoughts on this.
The question is, do you think that do you think that this announcement from the Pope will change how the younger people in our community view the Catholic Church? I think it's going to bring a discussion. I would love for people to go home that are probably in a super religious house and ask some questions to their family for the holidays. Okay.
Would that be fun?
That would be fun. And then you guys can record it and then send it to us. We would love to hear the reactions.
That would be amazing. Like, go home to your religious families and be like, well, the Pope just basically said that same-sex couples could be blessed.
Correct.
So I am not, like, destined to eternal damnation.
And that's the Pope.
So figure your religion out.
That's the Pope. Let me tell you something. That's the Pope. That's the closest thing to God himself. So you go home and you tell at the dinner table when you eating, and you in that super religious family, and they talked about you being gay, and they talked about how the way you dress and the way you act. You sit there and go, ding, ding, ding. I just want to make an announcement that the Pope has now said that we can bless gay people. Let's all cheers to that.
I think it's so great that you're making.
That's great.
You're like, I'd like to make an announcement at the dinner table, please. Let's cheers to the Pope.
Cheers to the Pope.
Let's pour one out for the Pope.
Pour one out for the Pope. You know what? The Pope is like, give the Pope his tens. Tens across the board. Okay, Pope is going to do a death drop. Let me not say that way. The Pope is not going to do a death drop.
He will just drop dead. He won't do a death drop. He will just...
Oh, my God. You going, Lord. Please, Lord, please. Okay, so to answer that question, do I think that it's going to change the younger generation? Can I be honest? I think when it comes to our younger generation, I get a little bit nervous. I don't think the younger generation is so involved in these issues and things that are happening in our world as it used to. I think it's just not really on the top of their list of things, There's too much other things and exciting and TikTok and all this other stuff happening.
Millennials actually what helped Biden win the election.
I'm thinking young, like high school. We talking about college?
Well, I'm just talking about, like, you're saying millennials, right? So millennials, like, are the people who are still of voting age, right? And I will also say is that, like, what I think the younger generation is better, a lot better than the older generation is they are more accommodating to each individual's differences.
Okay, I can see that.
And so you know, I don't know what will happen. And here's what I will say: the Pope made the announcement, and there was already a backlash from a whole bunch of like conservative organizations being like, "That is not our Pope."
Oh, yeah, look, I would not be saying that because the Pope gonna go up in there. The
Gonna be
Pope gonna
like,
come
I'm
up there.
married to this woman, but I can't get married to her, so I'm gonna make a Pope in
They
my own country.
better stop playing with him because he gonna go to that damn tabernacle and start writing their names and letting them know they ain't allowed into the gates. Okay, they better stop playing with him. He gonna sit there and say, "And him with them between them, they're not invited." I'm telling you, they better stop playing with his ass. They better stop playing with his ass. Okay, so we're gonna try to get someone random. Whoever requests is. You got like 1 minute. Let's see who wants to join in. We would love to hear your feedback.
No,
What's your thoughts on?
learn about like sort of their journey, like what their thoughts are. I want to hear the whole thing.
Yeah, I would love to hear someone's thoughts.
But don't get a scary fan by showing your dick.
Okay, yeah, let's not. I don't. I just get worried. Okay, so right now I only see. I think there's
probably another venue where that's more appropriate. I can think of lots.
What kind of venue do you think? Okay, let's see. Let's we're gonna do. We're gonna try to do two people.
Your clothes off.
What?
Like the bathroom, gym.
Okay,
what?
let's see. All right. When I accept you, please come and tell me what your name is, where you're from, what's your age. No, don't tell me your age. Don't tell me your age. Hello.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hi,
everybody.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Sharu.
Hi, Sharu. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. I just joined the live, so I missed the overarching discussion. However, big fan of y'all, big fan of Hisam's. I
Thank
got
you.
a pin from Hisam. Wait, let me real quick, because I was like, oh my God, wait. I get to say thanks to Hisam in person for the pin because I appreciate it. Also, love the design, Hisam. I don't know. You were in your Canva, babe. Like
No, that's
you
my
were doing
friend.
your
I have a
thing.
good who's a graphic designer who's
What is that?
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the logo, girl. Like,
Oh,
Is that your
Derek
merch?
went up on it. Come on
But I-
now.
Wait, you gotta tell me about this.
right? So all my merch is free.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, good for you. My merch ain't never gonna be fucking free. I gotta live.
Listen, you need to be a doctor, friend. That's how you're able to be benevolent
Thank you,
and
because I'm about to say,
philanthropic.
because you gotta be
Okay.
living a good life to make things
Right,
free.
right, and share with the folk. And so, shout out to you, Hisam. Appreciate you and love that.
Thanks.
So, what am I weighing in on, Derek?
So we were just talking. We would love to just give you a little feedback. Today's topic, which we started out, we were talking about how the Pope is now, said that they're blessing, gay people. So we were just talking about that and our thoughts and stuff like that. Do you have any thoughts? Anything
I
to add
am
to
not
it?
a particularly religious person. However,
Okay.
I have been following Pope Francis. He's one of the more liberal popes.
Right. See, I said it was something John.
He's one of the more liberal popes. He took over from Benedict XVI, that German who was like very, very, very conservative.
Damn,
so now he is doing his best to pull the Catholic Church in a direction where he feels like he's more about casting an open tent.
Okay.
And I think that for those who fear being excluded from their faith because of their sexuality, I feel like a decision like this would allow them to, within their own faith, within their own conversations between them and God. Okay. And so I feel like that will allow them some more space. Also, the Catholic Church been, they have gone through some issues. Okay. So, I'm just glad they're making a step in what I believe is the right direction. And so, I can't be mad at this.
Okay. I have to agree. That's something that we did say earlier, and thank you so much for your feedback. I think we're all on the same page of this is going in the right direction as of what we need it to be. So you know, I think that's great. I definitely agree with what your statement is and how you feel. So at least I know that Hisam's not crazy and we're all on the same page, which is really, really good.
And before we let you go, I want to know one interesting thing about you that you wouldn't necessarily tell a whole room of strangers.
Oh, I don't know. Cause I'm
Oh,
like,
top of your head.
I show up and I'll meet a random person at a bar. 10 minutes in, they're my best friend, and I give them the download on my whole life story.
I
So I'm
love
like,
that.
Like the Cliff Note highlight 12-second version of that.
okay, born and raised in Jamaica, moved to the States, love politics, studied
Yes!
politics in school, and now I was able to move to DC and work in politics. So, yeah.
I
Amazing.
love that. That's so good. Well, listen, I just want to say thank you so much for giving your feedback. Maybe next time you won't miss the damn show because you've been here for an hour. Okay?
He has a job. Did you not hear?
Right. A
Fuck
9 to 5. You know,
job.
we appreciate everyone else who do it in different ways.
Yeah,
However, for me, it was a 9 to 5.
your ego get hurt.
Listen,
Right.
I
Right.
still, I
I'm
still
glad you
But
showed
hey,
appreciate
up.
I
you.
was here right on time actually to be able to send in the request.
You
So,
were.
not that late, huh?
No, you're right. No, I was late, so you were on time. But listen, we appreciate you. Please,
Hey,
we
I
loved it.
just love this that we were able to be here to talk about our
Yes,
community.
of
And
course.
so, any chance to do that, love and
Yes.
support y'all. And have a wonderful rest of
Thank
y'all's day.
you so much. You're so beautiful, and thank you so much for all your love and support.
And thank
Have
you
a good one, y'all.
for the shout out on my pin.
Oh, yes. Excellent. Have a good one.
Bye. Such a sweetheart. So
Yeah,
nice. I love that. Okay. Do we want to do one
but
more, or do
one
we want?
more, and
These
then we got
are
to do our wrap.
really good. It's been a while since I've done these, so I'm always
You're
like,
doing a job. You're really a rock star at this, which is why I wanted you to lead.
thank you so much. Unfortunately, they didn't call me for BB reindeer games, but it's okay. They'll never call me for anything.
That's not.
No, but I'm okay. Listen, I rather have raw, like this gives me more of an opportunity to talk to people and hear their different views. And also, I know we use our platform a lot to talk on Big Brother, which is fine, and talk on reality shows and things like that. Like, you know, I love that. But also, I want to be able to branch off from that stuff. And I want to talk about politics and news and pop culture. Like one day I might come in here and talk to you about some shit. You're like, what the hell you talk about? The Kardashian show. Like, you never know. Like, I love talking about other things other than Big Brother and hearing other people's thoughts on things. So, all right, let's see who else we got. Okay. This person been sitting here for a while, and I'm going to accept them. Let's see who we're working with.
Let's see.
Okay.
I love this. This is kind of like when you like open the door and you're like, "Who's coming to my party?" And you're like,
Like a
"Oh,
grinder hookup.
hi.
Like a
What's your name?"
grinder hookup. You know all about that, you know, especially because you were, you know, there for the first grinder hookups when they first started. When
that what I was like. Before Grinder was Manhunt, darling, and before Manhunt was Craigslist.
Not Manhunt. Okay.
You could order a boy off of Craigslist.
I hit accept, but this person might have not got it, so I'm gonna pick somebody else.
Okay.
Let's see here. Okay. And then of course, until next week, guys. Let's see.
Until next week.
Hello.
Hey, hi.
Hey guys.
Hi, who am I speaking with?
My name's Laura.
Hi, Laura. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
You know, I'm gay and I'm now going to be blessed, you know.
Yes.
I think the Pope stole that from me because I always say, how are you doing? I always tell people, oh, you know, I'm gay and I'm blessed. I think the Pope stole my idea and decided to
He was like, oh my God, I've been listening to Derek talk about that for so long. I think I'll offer blessings.
Seriously. All right, Laura. So I don't know if you've been here all night listening to Yap Our Mouths.
Yeah, I have.
I would love to hear your feedback on anything. What's your thoughts?
So I was chatting a lot, so I don't know if you read them, but I agree. Oops,
Oh,
sorry. I agree that I think there's multiple reasons why this is happening now.
okay.
With the Roman Catholic Church, definitely money comes into play a lot, I
Oh,
believe.
yeah.
Because if they're mostly getting money from the older generations and people aren't going as much out as much, especially with like all the viruses going around and everything. Yes, they could still send in donations, but now they're missing a whole new younger population of people who they would normally have been getting donations from.
Yes, I agree with that.
Just like when the older people were young is what I mean. And also, I mean, as I said, there are a lot of documentaries about homosexuality within the Catholic Church.
Okay, because I've
Um,
seen Spartacus. And they were gay. And that's one of my favorite shows. And they were up in there giving the king what he needed. Okay. All right.
and my third reasoning of this happening is what you guys were saying with the like trending among younger people, trying to get them into the church, but it's not that simple. It's a good first step, but there's always reasons behind why the church does what it does.
Yes.
If
I
you
do agree with that.
suggestion to the church, what suggestion would you give to the church?
Oh, if I had a suggestion, you said?
Mm-hmm. Like you hear this first step and you're like, they call you up and they take Big D's blessing idea and they're like, Laura, we have called you because we wanted your idea. What would
do you mind if my wife tells her she really wants to tell you her idea?
Sure, we get a 2-for-1 special. I love it. Let's
Okay.
go.
that's
So sorry. Oh God.
Come on, wife.
great.
But it's okay.
So, Catholic Church. I was baptized Catholic. Went to
Okay.
school. Went to Presbyterian church. Catholics hate the gays. They hate the gays, and
They do.
this is coming from a father who was diehard Catholic.
Okay.
Hate gays. But in general, as a church in general, I feel like the later tail end of millennials going into Gen Z and now Gen Alpha, because that's who's raising them, is Gen Z and millennials. We just, I include myself in that, even though I'm from the 80s. It's just like the church in general. Now that we're in this information era, you can access anything. There are people, like, there's WikiLeaks, there's everything you need to know about the church. You can read it online and make your own decision.
Of course.
So what do you think they should?
We don't need, and now we're in COVID, so nobody wants to go anywhere. People are realizing that they don't have to believe in a structured fundamentalism in order to gain any self-acceptance. They can believe in God on their own terms. They can do anything on their own terms. They can work from home. They can order groceries. Why do they need to affiliate themselves in a congregation, let alone a congregation with some of the most controversial historical actions under their belt? So it's just, you talk to almost any Gen Z now that isn't affiliated, like, deeply, not a Mormon or something like that. They have no time for it.
Here's what I'll say to your point. One of the things that I always loved about my religion was that it was a personal connection to God, and it was my connection with God. And the only way I was able to sort of marriage my religion to my persona and who I was is that I had to have a connection with God that was outside of what everyone else was telling me, right? And so I think to your point, which is like people's relationship is now more personal,
Yeah.
right? and it doesn't require a congregation or a community in order to develop that.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. What was
Oh,
your
I
name?
thank you so much for your
Kat.
feedback. Hi, Kat. So nice to meet you.
And how long
I
have you
hope
guys
this conversation was good for you guys and everything.
been married?
Huh?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
How long have you been married?
We've been together 3 years.
Okay. Well, now that you guys been together for 3 years, I can bless you guys. Just like the church. So I'm blessing you guys. God bless you.
Too.
Okay.
A preteen girl.
I do want to say thank you so much for joining in our
Thank you
conversation.
so
I hope you
much.
guys have a good holiday.
Love you guys.
Now make sure, Kat, you go home and tell your dad you cheers to the Pope, letting you know that now we can be blessed. Because you say he's super Catholic. I want to hear his thoughts and get it.
He passed away 3 years ago.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Attention to what she said. She was like, he
Oh.
was. Which means he died.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Please forgive me.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry. Please
I
forgive me.
literally talk. We have a shrine to both our dead fathers.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. But it was so good talking to you guys. We're going to try to do this each week. We would love to hear you guys' feedback. We'll bring up different conversations and just see what everyone loves, all right? So happy holidays to you and your family.
Happy holidays.
Hisam, I just wanted to let you know, you were a shark and I loved you for it.
Oh. You have fans, Hisam. I didn't know you had fans.
Oh, he's got fans.
Well, she's a doctor. How could we not root for the doctor?
Oh, of
Her
course you
cousin's
should.
surgeon.
I was a doctor too. Did you not see me saving people's lives in their house? Oh my God. I mean, Jesus Christ. I could write you a prescription if you need me to.
I could too. I don't know how legit it is, but...
All right. It was so nice talking to you guys.
You too. Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Look at that, Hisam. You have fans. People actually like you. I'm surprised.
I know. I think that people, it's always surprising to me, like, how people resonate with me, because, like, certain people really love me and certain people really don't.
Yeah. I know the people that love you, especially I know the men in the community love you. I mean, we love the little burlesque that you love to do. So Hisam, how do you think we did for our first show? The holidays are coming up. Of course, we're not going to talk again until after the holidays. So I just first want to say happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas.
Like, I just think that anyone who basically is giving you any salutation that's just like happy, you should just accept it and be like, okay, they're trying, right? Like, they're trying, right? It's hard. It's like when anyone is like nice or goes out of their way to be nice, I'm like, I support that. Whatever it is, like, I may not identify with it, but yeah, let's have more good energy in the world. But how do I think we did? I think that we did great. I would love to hear how the community thought we were, right? And what they wanted to do differently, and if they have other ideas, and how we can make it better. So if anyone has any of those, DM Derek. And
whoa! Why are you trying to flood my DMs? Like,
flood my DMs. I love reading things.
Hit up Hisam. But I will do a poll just to see how everyone thought. If we're on the right page, we're not just gonna make everything always serious. I know this topic is a little bit serious, a little bit sensitive to a lot. We'll talk about other things. I think that one thing we didn't get a chance to talk about tonight, and I think we should talk about next week is, being gay and dealing with the holidays. I think, how do we deal with that? And I would love for everybody to go home and, give us some feedback how your household is. And maybe we could talk about that on the next show of, how your Christmas went. But I hope, Hisam, you have a great Christmas. I hope you get everything you want in a package. I mean, I know you have a package, and I know there's a package probably waiting for you, but I just hope you get everything you need in a package with the bow on top. Okay?
I hope, like, my Christmas wish to you is that there will be some very attractive lumberjack at your door who got caught in a snowstorm and says to you, hey, Do you mind if I just take a quick shower in your house?
I don't think that's. I would love for that to happen.
That would be really great.
I would love for that to happen, but I am with my mother right now, so I'm gonna deny that blessing right now because I don't need some random man showing up to my house talking about getting a shower and me trying to get him into my house. But
all right,
other than that, maybe I can meet this random man out.
Huh?
Maybe I can meet this random man out and about. Maybe when I go out to the bars this weekend, maybe that's a good time.
Come out to Seattle, introduce you to them. They're plentiful here.
Okay. Well, guys, until next time, thank you guys for joining our live show. Notice that you guys did not have to send any gifts. You didn't have to worry about me and Hisam battling. You guys got a free laugh, so go tell your friends. If no one's know about our show, go tweet about it. I will save this live and I will make it its own folder so you can go back and watch it. And Hisam, peace and loves and blessings.
You too, darling.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.